So I went to the track this weekend, and unfortunately, one of the studs for my wheel spacer broke. And from my experience, if I run my car with only 4 lug nuts on one side, it's very likely that it'll make the rest come loose and want to break off. So I just took the spacers off, ran it with the stocks, and it was no problem. But now that I'm back home, I bought some new studs, and I'm going to show you guys how I replace them because it's pretty easy and you should know how to do it. So first off, here's the cross-threaded one. I'm going to pop this one out with the hammer, and I'm going to show you guys how I replace it. It's super easy. You just need to have the right tools. Here are my spares that I have on. I'm going to switch them off after I fix the spacers, but it was a shame to have this bad fitment while on the track. I wanted to have my wheel poking out and everything looking good, so I was a little embarrassed about that, but it's alright. It's about to look good again. I also want to state that this method will also work for the lug nuts that are on the car and not on the spacer, because those lug nuts, it's the same concept. Basically, you hit them out with the hammer like I'm about to do, and
you line it up in the back where you could pull out the stud. There will be an opening for it. That's the way you feed them in and also pull them out.
So basically what we're going to do with this spacer, or what someone could do with their studs on the hub of their car, is you hammer it out. So this one I'm going to put it against bricks, I think, because last time I used wood it was too flexible and it wouldn't pop out. So I think I'm going to try bricks. Hopefully that works and doesn't break anything. And this one you could just hit straight up on the car. Just make sure you don't miss. Using a mallet works the best in my opinion, but I couldn't find mine, so I'm going to try using a hammer. Hopefully it also works. You just want something that's a little heavy, because if it's too small or too light, it might not work. And also a rubber mallet probably wouldn't work because it'll just be flexible. You want it to be firm so it could actually have the impact necessary to knock it out. So same concept applies to these two, but luckily I don't have to do my car today. I'm gonna just do the spacer, so I'm gonna go do it in the shade because it's really hot. So what you're gonna need to take it off is like a hard surface and a hammer, maybe a mallet. I'll check, I'll see what I need to do, but that's to take it off. Now to put it on, you're gonna need a replacement stud. I got mine at Valinda Auto Parts. You want to make sure you have an impact, or you could also do with a breaker bar if you want. You just need to have enough torque to pull it all the way down. It gets a lot easier with the impact. But yeah, if you have to do what you got to do, just put it on the car or something for stability and use a breaker bar, and it should work just the same. You're just going to pull it through anyway, so it's not a big deal. So what you're going to need is the new stud, an open-ended lug nut to tighten it with to pull it up, and an oversized lug nut to put first, because if you don't do that, you get an indent on the face of this, and that happened to me once. I had to shave it off by hand with like aggressive sandpaper, and it took a long time, and yeah, I just don't recommend it. It's pretty challenging. So yeah, make sure you put something here to protect the area. Like I said, what I'm gonna use is an oversized lug nut that does not thread onto it. You just drop it on, and that should give it more support so it's not all in one thin area like this would be. And that'll protect the spacer, because even if you shave it down, I believe that after that it can and will make it a little imbalanced. Just prevent damaging the spacer and do it right the first time. I'm gonna go to the shade and get this done now. I have now laid down 2 bricks on here with enough room for this head to come out from the back. So I'm gonna put it down, and this doesn't need to be here. Now I'm gonna take it off. So I'm gonna just hammer it out. I really hope this works. So now that it's out, we could go to the next part, which is putting in the new one. This one, I'm gonna just throw away, like there's no need for this anymore. So here's my new one. I'm gonna take the lug nut off that I'm gonna use to pull it. Now it's time to put the new stud through, and put this on top so you don't damage the spacer like I mentioned before. Thread in the lug nut and just zap it in with an impact. You're going to want to hold it with your foot. Alright, I guess that's it. That should be fine. There you go. It's out. After that, just take the lug nut off of it. Take off the spacer you used, and just go throw it on the car. I'm going to go do that now. So if that were on your car's hub directly, the same concept would apply. You just hammer it out, take it out through the back. There's a slot. When you put it back through, there's the same slot that you use. You just have to align the rotor to be facing the correct way. And then same thing, push it through, put a spacer, zap it out, and well, you'd be good to go after that. I'm gonna just raise my car, swap off my wheels to my daily wheels with my spacers, and then I'll be good to go. I'm sure you guys know how to change out a wheel, so I'm gonna just change out the wheel and throw on the spacer really quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like with the final product. I'm gonna take my NTO3 Plus M drift spares off, and I'm going to put on my SA55M daily driver wheels. They both have the same tire, Cosmo Mucho Macho 265/35/18, and they last a really long time, so I do recommend them. Alright, so I got the wheels and spacers back on, and I'm not embarrassed with the fitment anymore. I like how it looks now, so that's good. Let me show you what it looks like from the other angles. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something new. See you in the next video.